designer versus trying to do it on their own so that they can get it done right the first time. I am very eclectic. I have a love for all design and all different styles, so it's hard for me to choose just one. I love a collected home, something that feels like it's been collected over time and just kind of magically happened that way. I love the process that Landry Designs has. It makes so much sense to do it the way that they've come up with. I worked for companies before in the past where you do all the designing in the studio away from the customer, and to get involved in the process with the client being there and in their home and in their lighting, it just makes perfect sense. I don't understand why anybody would do it any differently.
I started with Landry Designs right when I came out of the womb. I can't do it. She's gonna have to leave. She's gonna have to leave. She's gonna be laughing the whole time. It's been, I don't know, 15 years or something like that. I don't know. Have you ever wanted to fire me?
You're asking me?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember we were talking last week about a raise, but I don't know. My favorite thing is innovating for the company. So always thinking about what we can do to make it easier, better, faster, smarter, generate more leads, everything having to do with technology and furthering the business. Recently I've come up with a new system for booking online, so customers can just go right to our website, go to the booking tab and see every one of the decorators' schedules, see when they have availability and book a specific decorator. They can go look and see if they want to pick one of the decorators from their bio, or just pick the first available one there. One time I was installing, I think it was a window treatment, some sort of hard window treatment. And I was up there on the top of a 4-foot ladder. One of the decorators was using a steamer on the window treatments that I just installed because they were a little bit wrinkled. And we were just talking while I was up there and using that. And then I felt the most intense burning fire sensation on my leg. And I looked down and she was trying to steam my leg hairs to straighten them. It wouldn't hurt me. You know the holes in the steamer that the steam comes out? Dots, red dots, and that was like a permanent little scar I have on there. And now, so we can laugh about it now, but I almost fell off the ladder. That just, she's out of here. Had to do it.
When I started as a designer, I had no idea what I was in for. This job is the most challenging job I've ever had. It's the most rewarding, but I had no idea how many hats we wear. I plan my wardrobe around every customer. If I meet with someone super traditional, I'm wearing a turtleneck. If I meet with someone young and edgy and fashionable, I'm wearing thigh-high boots. It just depends. I think that plays a major role in how much faith they're going to have in my skills. I'm like a billboard for what we do. It's so much fun on a big reveal because when the customer arrives at their home, I have them ring their own doorbell. I answer the door and have them close their eyes and hold hands, and I sort of guide them like a little train to the space that we're revealing, get them perfectly positioned, and then ask them to open their eyes. So it's very shocking usually to them, depending on the size of the transformation, but it's very exciting for them to see it come to life all at one time. Miguel, your hair's stuck in my...
You missed
Your
my
hair
off.
missed my hair.
See?
Miguel is our warehouse manager. He checks in all of our product as it comes in. He knows when we're not going to be excited about something. So
Yeah. Every little detail counts whenever something comes.
Miguel is the best accessorizer we have on our team.
That's a
No
lie.
lie. No lie. So if I have a project where we have to do a lot of accessorizing, let's say bookcases or whatever, if we have a lot of accessories to go, Miguel is first on my list. He thinks, when accessorizing, Miguel thinks like I do. And that's where I want us to be. I want my team to just think like I do. It makes my job easier. Miguel worked in the hotel industry, so he knows how to professionally make a bed. So any bedding job we have, Miguel is first assistant.
I get to give my opinion on other stuff we're doing around, and everything is something new, and that's not like it's always the same thing over and over. There's always something new. There's always new stuff for me to be doing and working on it.
And you to work with me.
Yeah, and I have to work with them.
You like working with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That wasn't very convincing.
He said I have to work with them.
I have to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
No, I like to work with them.
I love our process. I think it gets the customer involved. It allows them to kind of feel like they are design assistants in an essence. I tell them that I'm gonna push you outside of your comfort zone. I feel like if you could pick these things out on your own, you don't need me. I'm not necessarily gonna show you things that you would have thought of. It's my job as a designer to be a little more creative, to give you something that wow factor, those things that you wouldn't see anywhere else. They see the big reveal and either there's tears or oohs and ahs or whatever. That's my favorite part. Number one, I'm very emotional, so if they cry, I'm gonna cry. Or getting those responses where I didn't know it was gonna be this beautiful, or thank you for making me choose something that I wouldn't have chosen, myself. I think we have the big picture in mind. When customers, when they try to do it by themselves, they're more of like filling in pieces. So people should definitely call a professional designer like Chantel at Landry Designs versus trying to decorate on their own. For several reasons. There's so many mistakes that can be made when people try to go out and go shopping on their own. They see these furniture pieces or the colors in these big warehouses, and then they buy them and then bring them home in this scale, color, size. Everything is completely wrong because they did not have the vision to see how it would be pulled into their space.
I think I decided to be a designer when my best friend's mother was a designer, and I watched her just put rooms together, and I just loved all of her decorating, and it just kind of inspired me to be a designer. The big reveal process is the best part of the job. Just seeing the customer's reaction, everybody reacts different, and you never know how they're going to react. Some little reserved person could come in and it's either makes you laugh really hard or sometimes it makes you cry a little bit. It's kind of emotional, and it's just kind of like being on TV. So it's fun to see. That's the best part, watching your design to come together.
I will say being a younger designer can be a challenge. I feel like we have to earn people's trust a little bit more.
I think they underestimate us a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just feel like maybe we have some young, fresh ideas we can bring in. Times are changing, and I just feel like we can stay upbeat and do all the techie computer stuff and put stuff together, and that's kind of what shows a design. Some of the technology we can use to kind of show you visually for people that can't visualize.
You're better at technology than I am. I can barely use my iPhone.
If you were to walk into my house, you would see it's very eclectic. It started out being fairly traditional, and I really like a mixture of touches of different styles in a home. Love the big reveal process. We ask them to leave the house while we completely put everything back in that we have ordered and dress the house up. The process is wonderful because what it allows the client to do is to walk in and actually see a finished product. I was out on a ranch one time, and I was surrounded by cattle, and I didn't think too much about it, and walked into the house and did my decorating and came back up out of the house and went over to my car and realized the cows had licked my car. I could not see out of my windshield. So I immediately had to get to the nearest car wash after I left the ranch so I could see out of my car. That was a surprise. Oh, thank you.
You're done.
I'll be done? All right. How about another glass of wine?
Hiring a decorator, it kind of takes the stress off of the customer. I absolutely love the process. It's really personal, and we have the whole saying of it's like the customer is our assistant, and that's absolutely incredible to me. I don't think anybody else that I've ever seen does something like that. That's probably one thing that drove me to Landry Designs first and foremost was there was a simple step for every single solution, and there's no problem too big or too small. There's always something that we can do. Making somebody else feel comfortable and great in their own home is so satisfying. So it just makes me feel really empowered, like I have a purpose.
I like the way you work because you lay everything out, and I can see exactly what each room is going to look like in every detail, and it makes it really simple to imagine it and see it all come together.
Yeah, I can remember when you were at the house one day and I came in from work, and you and Gail were down on the floor looking through all of these big books, right, with all of the different stuff, and and what I liked about it was it wasn't like you weren't saying, okay, you got to do this, but you gave Gail like different ideas and different options, and just pulled it all together. So it was great.
I didn't expect for my voice to be heard so loudly. I mean, even though the space was designed by somebody else, I don't feel like it's anything but our space. It's so unique and so personal to our family, even though a lot of it we didn't, even personally pick out.
We would have never done this on our own.
We couldn't.
We couldn't, it wasn't us.
I couldn't even dream of the things that she had envisioned for our house, and they work perfectly. And the things that she has selected, it's amazing.
There's an install day, and so we kind of leave, and then, we come back, and it's like a big showing, and you see all of the
you have to
new
walk
stuff.
into the room like this.
Yeah,
and
it's great. But it's really exciting, and then when you see everything, it's just amazing, so yeah, it's really good.
When we got to the reveal, we were so excited, but at the same time we had a child in the hospital, and we were trying to fit it in, and Lisa wanted it to be perfect, and we were just like, maybe we just gotta
Just show me now.
Yeah, just get rid of this part of the process. But as soon as we came home, it was as though everything just mellowed out.
Oh man.
Everything relaxed. It was soothing when we walked in. It felt like home. It was exactly what we wanted, even though we had never seen what we wanted.
She worked with our antiques. I
Right.
mean, we have heirloom antique pieces. We have antique pieces that we love, and she incorporated all of that, and including some of our art that we had existing, and she made it all fit. I did like being involved in the process. I felt like you gave me choices, so it sort of felt like I had something to do with it, even though I kind of didn't.
We purchased everything from a custom-built sectional sofa and tables, chandeliers. We had paint work done on furniture and on our walls.
Flooring.
You don't really realize until you've done this, that it's better than what you imagine. You kind of see the picture, and that's why you guys are so great, because you have that vision and you can see what it's going to look like ultimately, and we're just thinking, yeah, I think that's going to be good. And then when you really see everything, it's just amazing.
It's more amazing than what
it
you
really
even
is.
imagine on the
It's
paper.
great.
Yeah.